Good afternoon, peeps, absurdity fans, right? First up, for those of you that keep saying, stop making out you're the most cleverest man on the planet, stop making out you're so smart, stop this. I am not making out I am the smartest man from anywhere. All I'm saying, this is about the sun and its light and it's 8 minutes and 20 seconds, this absurdity, right? I am not saying I am intelligent. That I am the most intelligent man on the planet, probably am. But I do have enough common sense, right? And I'm able to think for myself. I don't care what other people think. I know for a fact that it does not take that sun 8 minutes and 20 seconds to radiate its light to planet Earth. Okay? Now, that's not me saying I'm the smartest person anywhere, but I am saying that I have enough common sense that I know that is a lie. Okay? I can see the sun in the sky, right? What else is there? What more do you need? You see that sun coming over you every day when you have clear skies, and you still think that it takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to get its light to you. Like if it turned off. Hypothetical people, those of you that keep going, there is no switch on the sun, I know that. Oh, it's hypothetical. It's the Mickey Mouse science that has me saying this. If the sun switched on from off, Mickey Mouse says it takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to get its light here. No, it doesn't. I'm saying horseradish, right? I have enough common sense and I trust my own judgment enough that I will sit in the corner on my own if I have to, right? It's stupidity to think the sun takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to radiate its light to planet Earth. This is exactly the same. It's exactly the same as knowing that the 3 pyramids on the Giza Plateau weigh the equivalent of 135 Nimitz-class aircraft carriers, and still believing the Egyptians carved that amount of weight out of anywhere you want with their bare hands and copper hand tools. That, ladies and gentlemen, is also a serious lack of common sense. It's insane, right? It's no different than seeing that star in the sky during the day and thinking it would take 8 minutes and 20 seconds to radiate its light here. No. I am not saying I am the smartest person anywhere, but I do have enough common sense. I know what to believe and what not to believe, and that I do not believe. There is no such thing as a light year. There is no such thing as a light year. Why do I say that? I say that because it's illogical. Right? With the Mickey Mouse, 299,792,458 meters per second, maybe. But no. The light radiating from that star is absolute. The light radiating from all of the stars is absolute, right? How do we know this? How do I know that? Because I have enough common sense. I can see the star in the sky, can't I? Right? The sun. So, I don't care what anybody tells me. I have 2 eyes, right? Common sense. Proxima Centauri. Sometimes you'll hear me say it's the closest star to us after the sun, and it's the one we can see with the naked eye. I get this wrong all the time, right? If I'm not thinking about it properly. Alpha Centauri, A and B, they're 2 stars, they orbit each other, okay? They look like one. That is what we see up there. Proxima Centauri, even though it's the closest star to us, you will not see it because it is too dim, right? Now, speed of light, absolute. If a light source is going to reach you, it will reach you when it switches on at absolute speed, right? These little hornets everywhere, I got stung today. And it hurt, right? Light source switches on, bang! It either reaches you or it doesn't reach you. There is no Mickey Mouse, see you in 3 days because I'm traveling towards you. And that goes with the sun and all of the stars, right? It isn't logical to think that any of those stars has taken any amount of time to reach our eyesight, right? People have got, I don't know what it is with this eyesight. My eyesight, if I go out there at night and I look up, my field of view is every single star I can see in the night sky, right? If I'm looking at a star, any star, right? Doesn't matter which one it is. If another star, the same size, same power, appeared right next to it, I would see it straight away, right? It's not going to take, like these two that are 4.3 light years away. It's illogical. If you can see a light source in the night sky, you are seeing it because it is powerful enough that it can radiate its light so that you can see it. It's common sense, right? It doesn't take years for any star to radiate its light to us. If you can see a light source in the night sky, you are seeing it because it is there, right? It's a slam dunk. I'll slam dunk this, and I'm slam dunking the sun's light being absolute. It's obvious, right? It's so obvious. It's that hurt thing again, isn't it? Right? If a light source does not reach you from the onset, it's not going to reach you. It's not going to appear in the sky in a year's time as a little speck, a little star. When it turns on, you either see it or you don't. It's that basic. That is common sense and light. Photons and packets and packets and packets of photons and propagated waves. Hands up who's ever seen a photon. Hands up who's seen a neutrino. Hands up who's seen a gluon. Hands up the amount of hypothetical. I'm not saying that a photon is hypothetical, but what I am saying, I'd like to see one, right? It sounds like horseradish. The simple fact that people believe that takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to radiate its light to planet Earth means there's something terribly wrong somewhere. Look at it. What is wrong with people? And then you'll jump online, people will see this and they'll go, no, you're wrong, dude. You need to read the physics book. I don't give a fuck what any physics book says because I can physically see the sun in the sky with my own 2 eyes. So, somebody puts a physics book in front of me and it says, hey, it's going to take the sun 8 minutes and 20 seconds to radiate its light, the distance of the 150 million kilometers from where it is. And I go out there and I look at the sun, and I look at the book, what it says. Now, I trust my own judgment. The book can go and do one. I'm not stupid, right? It's the same as the pyramids. There's a book that says the Egyptians carved the equivalent weight. No, it doesn't actually say that. It comes up with loads of Mickey Mouse theories, doesn't it? But again, I'm not stupid enough to believe that the Egyptians carved the equivalent weight of 135 Nimitz-class aircraft carriers out of anywhere with their bare hands and copper hand tools. I don't give a shit what any, I'm sorry about the language, but I've been revved up today because of the amount of messages. And it's all about the sunlight again, right? I don't care what your physics books say. These are eyes, right? In there is a brain. It works stuff out, right? Nothing is going to make me believe that the sun takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to get its light here, for crying out loud. I don't care what all of you say, all right? It's kind of that in a nutshell. Now, move over to the eclipse, the absolute light from the sun. You guys in the States, you saw the eclipse last year, what was it, April? Now, another 100% slam dunk sign. The light radiating from the sun is absolute, right? You were in the sweet spot. Half of the US started down in the southwest, didn't it? In Mexico. It went up through the States and up to the northeast, Canada. Now, the sweet spot. You've got, this is the moon, the yellowy sun bit, right? It's the moon today. And that is the sun's corona on the outside. Mickey Mouse science says that if you're looking at that perfect sweet spot on the solar eclipse, right, it can't be happening because it takes the sun 8 minutes and 20 seconds to radiate its light to planet Earth. So when you're looking at this and you've got that sun that is directly behind the moon, Mickey Mouse science is saying that that sun, what you're seeing there, is 8 minutes and 20 seconds old, which means the moon has already shifted. Now, is that logical? Of course it isn't logical. You can clearly see when there is a solar eclipse that the sun is directly behind the moon, right? It is behind the moon and it's radiating absolute light. It is exactly where it seems to be, with not even a second of delay. The reason? Because it has a diameter of 1,390,000 kilometers, and it is only 108 diameters of itself away from us. I don't give a monkey's what your physics books say. They're obviously taking the Mickey Mouse, aren't they? Because I have two eyes in my head and I can work things out on my own. I trust my own judgment. I know they lie. Look at the pyramids, right? That you will never get a better indication of the sun's light being absolute. To believe that you're looking at this and that the sun is actually 8 minutes and 20 seconds down the road is borderline insane, right? That eclipse went all the way up the States, didn't it? Southwest to northeast. How on earth would that moon have stayed perfectly in front of that sun all of that way, right, for everybody that it crossed to give them the perfect sweet spot if there is an 8 minute and 20 seconds delay? It's illogical, right? That moon just went up like that, the shadow of the moon, because it did not matter where the sun was or where the moon was, because it's absolute light. Wherever the moon went, the sun cast a shadow of the moon onto planet Earth. Absolute light, no delay. It's obvious, right? It's obvious. So, there is no such thing as a light year. It's illogical. Slam dunk. If you can see a light source in the night sky, you are seeing it because it is powerful enough that it reaches your eyesight, or that your eyesight picks it up. Either way, it doesn't really matter. If I'm out in the garden at night, right, and it's a clear night, and I look up, I can see, I don't know how many stars, right? That is my field of view, my field of vision. All of that night sky. If a light source, it does not matter how far away it is. If one appeared in the night sky, a supernova, for example, a star that we can't usually see with the naked eye, right? If it went supernova and poof, you saw it in the night sky, it hasn't been travelling for X amount of years, and oh, there it is. We've been expecting that for a couple of years now. It doesn't work like that. If you can see a light source in the night sky, you are seeing it because it is powerful enough that it can radiate its light that distance. If a light source switches on and you can't see it on the onset, you're never going to see it. It's illogical. Proxima Centauri, it's too dim. It's the closest star to us, right? 4.2 light years. The Sun and then Proxima Centauri. Why don't we see it? Because it is not powerful enough to be seen. With a telescope, yeah, but not with the naked eye. But it's 4.2 light years away. It should be visible to us. Shouldn't it by now? No, because it isn't powerful enough, right? The end. So that is, again, slam dunk evidence that light doesn't travel. You either see it or you don't. There is no in between. There is no, oh, I hear a light source of some star went supernova 2 years ago, about 3 light years away. So we've got to wait another year to see its light because it's traveling towards us. Packets of photons, packets of salt and vinegar crisps more like, right? That is light in a nutshell. If you can see a light source in the night sky, you are seeing it live. There is no delay from any light source anywhere that you ever see. If you can see a light source, it's there. That is basically it. It's common sense. I don't care what the physics books say. I'm not a stupid, right? I better calm that down a bit. The amount of mess, I got a warning today from Instagram, my first one. I was giving what he was giving, but I got a warning because of the whole digital creator thing, right? But the amount of messages, the amount of people, you're wrong. Photons this, photons that. Guys, just because you all believe the same horseradish doesn't mean it's correct. I trust my own judgment. I can see the sun in the sky, and that is the end of the story. You can see the sun in the sky, but you still believe it takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds. That is your glitch, not my glitch, okay? Just because it's written in a book doesn't mean it's true. Just because you all believe it, it doesn't mean it's true. If you can see it in the sky and you still believe it's true, it's purely a lack of common sense, okay? All right. That'll do for now. Later, peeps. Sorry for the attitude, but you just go and read 2 pages of my Instagram. You'll understand why. Laters.